great wave of immigration, Australia is facing a constant demand for more houses. For the softwoods used in house building, Australia has hitherto turned to Canada and the Scandinavian countries. But in this house, something new is being used. Today, timber is coming not from across the world, but from the great exotic pine forests of Australia's next-door neighbour, New Zealand. This is Kayangaroa Forest, the largest man-made forest in the world. 30 years ago, this vast area, which lies between Rotorua and Taupo, was a desert of volcanic pumice. Now it has become a rich sea of pines. 500,000 acres of forests, some planted by the state, some by private capital, are watched over by patrol planes and hilltop lookouts. From his strategically placed hilltop observation post, this keen-eyed sentinel has spotted a faint cloud of smoke rising outside the forest boundaries. He reports to forest headquarters. The exact location of the fire is pinpointed. The fire control system in the Rotorua forests is based on modern army methods. When the general alarm is given, alert and well-trained firefighting crews, armed with the best in firefighting equipment, rush into action. Spotting planes overhead keep in touch with the ground parties. From every part of Kayangaroa Forest, squads rush to the danger spot like an army going into battle. Aerial observers keep the firefighters informed on the spread of the fire. From one side of the blaze, gangs advance with Indian pumps, while squad tankers pour water over the flames of the surrounding scrub. On the other side, another gang uses what they call the one-lick method of stopping the spread of the fire. The men advance in single file, and they each slash at the scrub, making a quick fire line from which to fight the fire. A little scrub fire. Not on your life. There's no such thing as a little fire. Any fire near the forest could quickly turn years of patient work into ashes. The forest workers are proud of their record. No fire has ever entered Kayangaroa Forest. 400 million trees, Cygnus pine, Douglas fir, Corsican pine and western yellow pine are growing in New Zealand's man-made forests. Clean, straight stems pencil a decorative line of grace. But they must be surrendered to man's needs. The harvest of these trees will soon provide enough timber for 50,000 houses and 100,000 tons of newsprint a year. Watch this timber drive. Starting at the back, one tree falls and pushes over the trees in front of it that have been partly sawn through. Planted 1,000 to the acre to force quick growth in height, these trees are now being thinned out, leaving the best for the final crop. Here, the young growth, already 40 feet high, pushes its way skywards over an area clear felled only 11 years ago. This forest regeneration, crop closely following crop, ensures timber from Kayangaroa for all time. The heavy trunks are hauled to the edge of the forest. They must be cut into lengths convenient for transport to the mill. Logs writhe and twist like snakes as the loading crane lifts them onto the waiting lorries. Modern Maoris excel in using the modern machines which have transformed their ancient homeland. When they reach the sawmill, the trucks are driven under the gantry, where the timber can be unloaded and placed in storage. The Wiper Forest Service sawmill, the largest in the southern hemisphere, is equipped with precision machinery for the mass production of accurately sawn timber. It's a short journey for the logs once they start on their way to becoming boards. They are cut into standard lengths and from the saw are carried on a conveyor chain to a ramp where they're sorted into their respective diameter classes. Down to be dunked in the mill pond. From the mill pond, the logs are poled to the feeder chain. A spray bath cleans them thoroughly of dirt and pumice before they enter the frame mill. Watch these machines. The first gang saw cuts a cant from the log. Travel with our camera as the log leaves the #1 gang saw, which makes the initial cut, and moves to the second saw, which will slice it into boards. Here is a mechanical operation with the speed and efficiency of a human assembly line. The swift blades saw the wood into strips of board. The edging machine finishes the job. The sawn timber is carried into a drying kiln. It is not yet ready for use, as a little over 3 gallons of water must be dried out of every cubic foot of wood. As the moisture is forced out of the stacked timber, clouds of steam rise from the top of the kiln. From the kilns, the timber, already dressed and ready for use, is carried to the packing sheds. Packaging of timber is as simple as packaging any other commodity. But it is something new for a building industry so long accustomed to getting its raw materials loose. Packaged timber finds one of its biggest export markets in Australia, where expanding industries and housing projects call for plentiful supplies of this essential material. In Sydney Harbour, freighters unload a cargo that was shipped from New Zealand less than a week ago. For New Zealand, the development of this rapidly increasing trade in timber with Australia provides a welcome new industry. To suit the customer, modern methods of merchandising have been brought to the age-old task of hewing and carrying wood. New Zealand packaged timber for Australian homes. With wisdom and with a faith in the future, men have made these mighty forests in the thermal wastelands of New Zealand. The rich harvest they are now reaping means for Australia a safe and sure supply of softwood timber for all time.